In New Zealand, annual venison production exceeds 45 million pounds, with more than 90% of it exported to Europe and North America. Compared to other meats, venison contains up to 50% less fat, making it an ideal choice for those pursuing a healthy diet. China leads the world in velvet antler production, supplying over 70% of the global demand. This is equivalent to more than 10 million pounds annually. These numbers are not just impressive, they highlight a promising and rapidly growing industry. But what makes venison such a unique choice? And how does the farming and processing of deer differ from other livestock industries? Let's uncover the answers right now. In the deer farming industry, selecting the right breed is considered the foundation that determines both meat quality and economic efficiency. Globally, 3 main breeds are widely farmed: red deer, white-tailed deer, and Sika deer. The red deer, a symbol of vast grasslands of Europe and New Zealand, stands out for its large size, high meat yield, and exceptional adaptability to harsh natural environments. A fully grown red deer in New Zealand can reach a weight of 330 pounds, roughly the weight of a small grand piano. The white-tailed deer, predominantly raised in the US, is renowned for its strong reproductive performance and resilience to cold climates. White-tailed deer herds in Minnesota farms have a 95% survival rate through winter, more than double the normal rate. A single doe can produce an average of 2 to 3 fawns annually, contributing to rapid herd growth. Meanwhile, the Sika deer, favoured in Japan and China, is highly valued for its superior velvet antler quality. The velvet from this breed is not only finer and shinier, but also contains 20% more nutrients compared to red deer velvet, making it a top choice in pharmaceutical industry. Caring for a herd of deer requires relentless effort and meticulous attention from farmers. In New Zealand, farmers spend at least 4 hours of each day inspecting and caring for the herds. Every morning, the farmers begin by inspecting the quality of fresh grass before cutting and transporting it from the fields to the enclosures. Grass-fed to deer must be cut at an ideal length of 8 to 10 inches, short enough to be easily chewed while retaining essential nutrients for the deer's sensitive digestive system. A fully grown deer consumes an average of 9 to 11 pounds of fresh grass daily, roughly the weight of a standard bowling ball. In addition to fresh grass, farmers supplement the diet with dry hay, grains, and minerals like calcium and phosphorus to promote strong bones and healthy velvet antlers. Besides nutritious feed, maintaining clean and secure enclosures also plays a crucial role in reducing veterinary costs, with potential savings of up to 20% when living conditions are properly managed. Each morning, farmers clean manure and disinfect the enclosures to maintain a sanitary environment. Weekly, farmers meticulously inspect fences, repairing or replacing damaged sections to protect deer from wildlife or environmental hazards. Space allocation is another critical factor in ensuring health and productivity. On Wisconsin farms in the US, each deer is allocated between 1,600 and 2,150 square feet of space, roughly the size of a small basketball court. However, in China, where land costs are far higher, this space often drops to around 1,300 square feet per deer, requiring farmers to optimize space management efficiently. So how can one ensure that antler, velvet and venison achieve optimal quality when delivered to customers? The answer lies in the strict US Department of Agriculture standards to ensure hygiene and humane harvesting. This is how deer processing looks in a processing plant in the US. First, the deer is skinned and torched to remove hair completely. Then, the deer carcasses are cut into different sellable parts. A fully grown deer can provide an average of 60 to 80 pounds of clean meat, enough to make 320 medium-sized burgers. Hides are the secondary product they get from this processing line. In New Zealand, one of the leading countries in deer farming, annual venison exports exceed 16.5 million pounds, equivalent to the weight of 1,000 small pickup trucks. This accounts for 20% of the global market, cementing the country's position as a leader in venison production and processing. If venison harvesting focuses on maximizing productivity and yield, the velvet antler harvesting process demands a high level of professionalism. First, farmers use anesthesia to secure deer in a safe place without causing them too much stress. Then, the velvet antlers are carefully removed using specialized tools. This ensures the animals experience no pain or damage to the developing tissue. Finally, the deer is returned to the farm to continue living. Immediately after removal, the velvet is transferred to cold storage to maintain its freshness. In New Zealand, velvet antlers are harvested and packaged within 2 hours of harvest, ensuring the highest quality for premium export markets. Velvet antlers are typically harvested in the spring, the ideal time when they reach lengths of 10 to 12 inches, about the same as a standard wine bottle. A mature deer can produce an average of 2 to 3 pounds of velvet antlers annually, generating an income of $400 to $600 on the international market. This amount is roughly equivalent to the weekly operating costs of a small farm, underscoring the exceptional economic value of this product. China leads the world in velvet antler production, accounting for over 70% of global output, with the majority originating in large farms in Heilongjiang province. Each harvest yields thousands of pounds of velvet antlers, sufficient to supply manufacturers of pharmaceuticals and health supplements worldwide. Harvesting is only the first step. For deer antlers, factories often dry and then package them for export mainly to China, Korea, and Japan. The global export value of velvet antlers now exceeds $1 billion annually, with China accounting for 70% of global production. For venison, they are flash frozen at -40 degrees Fahrenheit to preserve their freshness, ensuring the meat maintains its quality for up to 12 months. In Canada, a modern processing facility can handle over 5,000 deer annually, providing enough meat to produce 16 million burgers. Its deep freezing technology guarantees products meet export standards to over 50 countries, with the largest markets being Europe and North America. Why is venison so highly regarded? Compared to beef, venison contains up to 50% less fat and offers superior protein levels, making it an ideal choice for those pursuing a healthy lifestyle. A 3.5 ounce serving of venison provides approximately 26 grams of protein, while containing only 2 grams of fat, significantly lower than chicken or pork. This combination of low fat and high protein makes venison a favourite amongst health-conscious consumers worldwide. Venison processing across the globe showcases a unique combination of tradition, innovation, and market-specific adaptations. In Europe, venison is deeply rooted in culinary traditions, often featured in French-style venison stew or German-style venison roast. In the United States, venison has become a staple in gourmet burgers, favoured by clean eating enthusiasts. Many fine dining restaurants have also embraced it in creative dishes, like venison carpaccio, steak with red wine sauce, or even venison sushi. In New Zealand, venison takes on a festive role, with smoked venison emerging as a delicacy during celebrations. The country also leads in sustainability, with venison farms recycling byproducts like bones and hides into pet food and organic fertilizers, reducing waste significantly. In Asia, venison serves a dual purpose as both a culinary delicacy and a functional food. In China, it is often paired with medicinal herbs in slow-cooked soups believed to rejuvenate the body. In Vietnam, venison is transformed into signature dishes like hot pot and grilled skewers, particularly popular during festivals and family gatherings. In Canada, venison has found a niche in artisanal charcuterie, with products like venison salami and cured sausages gaining popularity. These delicacies are often paired with locally sourced wines and cheeses, creating a uniquely Canadian culinary experience. Whether focusing on artisanal methods, sustainability, or medicinal uses, each region's approach highlights venison's versatility and global appeal, turning this prized meat into a symbol of culinary and agricultural innovation. Texas isn't just big in size, it's the largest agricultural state in America, producing key commodities like beef, goat, cotton, peanuts, cabbage, and lettuce. To put things in perspective, Texas has more farmland than the entire state of California. Over 127 million acres, or 51.3 million hectares, nearly 3/4 of it are dedicated to crops and livestock. Each year, this massive agricultural economy contributes over $24 billion to the US economy and supports more than 500 million jobs. What truly sets Texas agriculture apart is its remarkable efficiency, achieved through cutting-edge technology while preserving age-old traditions that define its character. Cowboys are the soul of Texas farming, embodying the state's rugged spirit. They stick to their horses and often cover 10 to 15 miles a day, equivalent to around 16 to 24 kilometers. While doing this, they manage enormous herds of cattle, round up strays, and fend off predators. Each ranch has its own unique brand, a symbol etched into the hide of cattle using heated irons. During calving and branding season, ranches become a hive of activity. Cowboys rope calves while a team works together to ensure every animal is branded, vaccinated, and checked for health. This has been a Texas tradition since the mid-1800s. But as operations scale up, there's something that must complement traditional cowboy work to maintain efficiency. Helicopters are now part of the daily routine at large ranches. The daily challenge at King Ranch, one of the largest in Texas, is rounding up more than 35,000 head of cattle. Managing that over 825,000 acres, equivalent to 333,000 hectares, is no small task. While cowboys on horseback and trucks drive cattle from below, low-flying helicopters assist by herding them from the skies. It's a fascinating mix of innovation and heritage, carrying on the legacy of Texas and the American West that dates back to the late 19th century. It could be said that if Texas were a country, its beef industry alone would rank among the top 10 globally. Currently, Texas contributes around 15% of the nation's total beef supply, with almost twice as many cattle as Oklahoma, the second largest producer. As of January 2024, the state had an inventory of 12 million cattle and calves, including more than 4.1 million beef cattle. When people think of Texas, they often take the spotlight. But did you know, the state is also America's largest goat producer? In fact, it is home to over 820,000 goats and produces more goat meat than all other states combined. Most of this production comes from the Edwards Plateau, a region with rocky hills perfectly suited for these hardy animals. Meat goats are typically sold at 3 to 5 months old, weighing 50 to 70 pounds or around 22.7 to 31.8 kilograms. Over the last decade, its prices have soared from an average of $2 a pound to $4 a pound today, or around $8.80 per kilogram. This industry is booming, especially with the growing demand for lean protein. Each week, 10,000 to 12,000 goats are processed at federally inspected facilities, with thousands more handled by local butchers. Compared to California, which focuses heavily on cow dairy, Texas has carved out a niche market for goat products. When it comes to goat milk, Texas ranks third nationwide, with 27,900 goats producing 3 to 5 billion pounds of milk annually. Goat milk is cleaner and has richer nutritional content than cow milk. Because of this, it fetches a higher price, ranging from 20 cents to 50 cents per pound. Now we are going to the peanut fields of the higher plains and South Texas, where more than 385 million pounds, 174.6 million kilograms of peanuts are harvested annually. This makes Texas the second largest peanut producer in the nation, behind only Georgia. The peanut harvest is a fascinating process. Farmers use specialized diggers to pull entire peanut plants out from the ground. They then flip them upside down so that they can dry in the sun. This machine can dig up to 14 acres a day. About a week later, harvesters collect the peanuts, separating them from the plants with incredible efficiency. Reports estimate that each farm here produces enough peanuts annually to fill 50 million jars of peanut butter. The Rio Grande Valley in Texas is one of the few regions where lettuce and cabbage can be grown during the winter months, making it a critical supplier when northern states are buried in snow. Thanks to this advantage, Texas produces over 1.5 million tons of cabbage annually, second only to California. Harvesting lettuce and cabbage is a labor-intensive process. During harvest, workers walk the rows, cutting the heads off these veggies by hand and placing them into crates. Mechanical harvesters are also used for cabbage, which has tougher leaves. Workers stand on these machines, sorting and packing the produce into bins. The crops are either packed directly in the field for immediate sale or sent to cooling facilities for washing and shipping across the country. Compared to Florida, which also grows winter vegetables, Texas stands out for its efficiency and production volume. Cotton has long been the crown jewel of Texas agriculture. The state produces 42% of the nation's cotton, with the High Plains region around Lubbock accounting for the bulk of the harvest. In 2022 alone, Texas farms produced 7.5 million bales, enough to make billions of t-shirts. Harvesting cotton is a high-tech operation. Massive cotton pickers sweep through the fields, collecting cotton balls and leaving behind neat rows of stalks. The harvested cotton is then compressed into enormous bales, weighing over 20,000 pounds or over 9 tons. These bales are then sent to gins, where they're cleaned and processed. Drought is one of the biggest challenges for Texas cotton farmers. Unlike states like Mississippi or Alabama, which rely heavily on rainfall, Texas farmers depend on extensive irrigation systems. Additionally, cotton is highly flammable and fires can spread rapidly. Each year, Texas reports around 97 cotton fires, which can happen right in the fields or the processing plants. Texas not only feeds the nation, it inspires it. However, this comes at a heavy price. In 2021, Texas emitted approximately 13.7% of the US's carbon dioxide, nearly twice as much as California, the second largest emitter. In other words, if Texas were its own country, it would be the world's 8th highest emitter. Hence, farmers here are trying to switch to greenhouse farming, aiming to use less water and fertilizer while maintaining the high quality of crops. Texas's greenhouse farming is now the largest sector in US agriculture, valued at over $1.1 billion. The state also has surpassed Florida in recent years to become the nation's largest producer of greenhouse tomatoes, producing around 1.7 billion pounds annually. Berry production, particularly strawberries and blueberries, has also moved indoors and has become one of the top 5 states for strawberry production. Now you can enjoy these seasonal fruits year-round from Texas. Bell peppers or capsicum are another key crop that has transitioned to greenhouse farming in Texas. The state ranks second in the nation for bell pepper production, following California. Leafy greens are another staple crop grown in Texas greenhouses, greatly minimizing pests and diseases thanks to the better controlled environment.